Making homemade yogurt is actually not very difficult and not very challenging. Some might think that it is, but using your Instant Pot, a few key ingredients, I'm going to show you how to make perfect yogurt that is as easy as can be. The ingredients that I'm going to be using is going to be Greek yogurt, maple syrup, and whole milk. The Greek yogurt, you want to make sure that it says on the back, live and active cultures. You can use plain yogurt. This one happens to be vanilla, which is fine because it does add a little bit of flavor to it. I'm going to set these two items aside. What I've done is I've taken a 1/4 cup of maple syrup and a 1/4 cup of the starter. I've allowed them to sit at room temperature. The reason for that is because after you boil your milk, which I'm going to show you how to do in your Instant Pot, you will add these, and it just allows it to not kill the live cultures. So I've measured out 2 cups already, but we're going to use a total of 5 cups, which should bring you to about 40 ounces. Here's another 2 cups. That makes 4, and 1 more cup. And just add that to the pot. Now my Instant Pot is the base model. So all you have to do is there's a yogurt selection on there on the right hand side. You're going to select a yogurt, and then you're going to hit the adjustment button. And it'll give you a couple different options. So it'll give you 24 hours, 8 hours, and it will give you a boil option. You want to set it for the boil option. Once you set it on the boil option, you're going to go ahead and put your lid on. It doesn't matter if it's vented or not vented. Once you've set it to boil, you're going to just leave it and let it do what it needs to do. It will automatically boil the milk to the right temperature for the yogurt that we're going to be doing. The next thing that we'll be doing though is we're going to prepare an ice bath so that we can cool the temperature down. You're going to need a kitchen thermometer for this because you want the yogurt to be between 100 and 110 degrees. While I'm waiting for this to boil, I'm going to mix together my maple syrup and the starter that I have. Again, it's a 1/4 cup of each. So I'm just going to put this in here and get this prepared so that it's ready to go. And you just mix it around. Just until you get it smooth, and that should be plenty good. You're going to want to have a thermometer handy, and I'm going to use the little ladle that comes with the Instant Pot. What happens is after it boils like that, it's going to create a film or a skin on it, and I'm going to pull that skin off of it after we bring it down to temperature. And I've gotten some ice ready so that we can take the inner portion of the Instant Pot out, set it in here, and we'll put the ice around it. This will probably take between 5 and 7 minutes for it to come down to the temperature between that 100 mark and that 108 mark. That is a very important step, is to have the milk at the appropriate temperature so that the starter that you're going to add, it allows it to start working. If it's too cold, it's going to kill it, and if it's too hot, it's going to kill it, and your yogurt is not going to turn out. Once the Instant Pot has come to boil completely, it will beep, and then you'll see the display will change to yogurt, and it's spelled Y-O-G-T for short. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off. You can see that it's steaming. This doesn't get hot, so you want to use some sort of grips or something that will allow you to pull this out of there so you don't burn your hands. And now I'm just going to put the ice around it. We're going to leave this sit for 5 minutes, and I'm going to check it because, again, we don't want it to get under that 100-degree temperature because of the importance that it takes for those cultures to be active. So we are just at about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put the thermometer in here, and you're going to see that it's different temperatures depending on where you are. So I kind of take an average of them and figure it's very close to what we're wanting it to be. If I go to the bottom of the pot, you'll see it drop immensely. So you want it between 100 and 110. Now, as you can see here, this has that skin on it. So we're going to pull that off and then just discard of that. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to ladle out a little bit of this warm milk, and you're going to put it into your starter. You're going to just mix it together. Go ahead and give it a little whisk, just until it's smooth. Then you're going to pour this into the pot. You're going to gently whisk this. Any bubbles that you create during this time is actually going to stay on the top. So stir it around gently. The next step is that you're going to add it back into the Instant Pot. We're going to put the lid on it. We're going to hit yogurt, adjust, and I'm going to select the 8 hours. It doesn't matter whether you have it on venting or seal. It really is just a warming unit, and it keeps it consistent at that yogurt by selecting that yogurt option. It will do all of the work for you. After 8 hours, you can either leave this on for another 2, but let's give this a look. And you see, this is actually nice and firm. So what you can do is then you will be able to scoop this into your prepared jars here. This has got a nice consistency, as you can see here. And we'll just scoop that into the jars. Once you've put them into your containers, you can put them in the fridge. I've allowed these to cool for a bit, and it allows them to even thicken up more. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. You'll get about 4 containers like this, and then I actually have a reserve of the rest of the yogurt that's left over because I'm going to use this then for my starter. Instead of store-bought starter, you can use this for your next batch of yogurt, and you keep doing that. So you reserve out about 1/4 of a cup or a little bit more. This is the consistency of the yogurt. It's absolutely perfect. If you follow these instructions, you're sure to have perfect yogurt every single time. If you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. I would really appreciate it.